Welcome to LC Screen Talk. My name is Larry, and this is my review of Still Alice. The Oscars are less than a month away, and Still Alice finally opened here in my hometown of Denver. So I had to rush out to see it, had to get my Oscar checklist that much closer to being completed. And I'm definitely glad that I saw this one. So let's jump right in to the positives of Still Alice. As you might have guessed, the biggest positive going for this film goes by the name of Julianne Moore. Her performance is sensational, and what works best about her performance is how real it feels. She never overacts. She mixes in the perfect amount of struggle and pain with strength and determination, and her portrayal just leaves you with this underlying feeling of sadness for this person. It really creates something that is heartbreaking to witness on the big screen. That is where the film's biggest positives all lie, in the emotion. I thought that all of the cast did really well, actually. Alec Baldwin, I haven't seen him act this well in a while, and he's really good as her husband. Kristen Stewart was really strong in this film as well. She's trying to rebound from those Twilight years and all the flack she got there. And I think this gives a real account of what she's able to do. She was natural, she felt great here. And then we had Kate Bosworth. Where did she pop out the woodwork from? Because I haven't seen her in years do anything. And I thought she was alright here. Not as good as the rest of the main cast, but she served her part alright. But really, Still Alice provides us with a great look into the disease of Alzheimer's, and does give us a glimpse at the emotion behind it and the toll that it takes on the person, and a little bit on the family as well, but mainly on the person, and what exactly goes through the mind of someone who has Alzheimer's and how it feels, and the struggle and the journey that you have to go through in dealing with this really terrible condition. And by the end of the movie, you're just left kind of awestruck at what it is you just witnessed. You're left feeling sad, you're left feeling something. And when a movie leaves you feeling and thinking, it's a success in my book, and Still Alice definitely accomplishes that. However, I did have a few problems with the film as well, and the main one is pacing. I just think there are too many parts in the middle that drag, and it really drags the runtime of the film on too long, and you're sitting there like, okay, and at some point you are sitting there counting the minutes and you can feel every single second of the length of this film, and others move by at a very good pace where you're just sucked in and really involved in the plight. But if they had just trimmed down a lot of these parts, or even cut out whole scenes that were unnecessary, I think we could have gotten a more evenly paced film. And all of that just comes down to editing in general and direction. And a problem is maybe not that it's all too long of a movie, because it's only about 2 hours. That's not too long, that's about right on the nose. But it just focuses its attention incorrectly. So that's why I said scenes should have been deleted, and then we should have gotten more time with other scenes. We should have delved further into the family struggle, for instance. Or we should have taken more time in the disease itself. The film does cover a decently substantial amount of time with this family, but it just clicks by so fast that if it weren't for the great performances and some of those really key scenes, we wouldn't have gotten the emotional impact, because it just breezes over so many things, and you kind of do feel a little bit cheated of a true story that should have been here. And really, all of these problems are just lumped into that same thing. I don't think we went deep enough into even Alice's psyche, and I think the family struggle is always just hinted at, but never fully delved into. And there are some parts that really make that evident. There's a part where that she's being diagnosed with a specific type of Alzheimer's that may or may not affect other members of her family, and doors are opened, from the results and from this whole instance that are completely just left off, that we never revisit again. And the part of this story is just never shown again. And I think that's a real shame because they opened the doors for some really rich emotional material and it's never visited, never even touched upon. So that was a big disappointment to me. In addition, like her husband's struggle is again touched on and his personality is touched on, but then by the end of the movie we're just kind of left with what happened to the husband. Huh? And these lapses in time that take place leave you with, wow, that progressed so fast. How did we get to this point, and we're never given anything about that gray part in the middle. And that's particularly present near the end. We're just escalating quickly through stages of the condition, and it just feels like it goes by so fast. The beginning just takes so much time to really delve into the issues that it does hook you, but then it takes so much time that the end feels the need to just rush on by. And that's just a really big disappointment. But overall, Still Alice is a strong movie that has Julianne Moore delivering probably the performance of 2014. She really brings it, and her performance alone is worth the price of admission. And I think that this is an educating experience if you're not familiar with Alzheimer's, and something that does really hit you in the heart by the end. So I would say give it a matinee, or at the very least a rental, because you won't be disappointed. So, that has been my review of Still Alice. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead, click like down below, and subscribe to the channel so you are always up to date on our latest videos. Also, join the conversation. Have you seen Still Alice? What is your favorite acting performance by a male or female of 2014? And do you know anyone who has been affected by Alzheimer's? How accurate is the film to your personal experience? I love you all so much for your support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!